everybody, my name's Eric Nam, and I'm going to tell you about the best money I ever spent, as well as the worst money I have ever spent. So let's start with my worst money. I'm born and raised in Atlanta. I'm from the States, but moving to Korea, I felt for a long time I started over my life and my career. And I had the struggling artist career for quite some time. And then in 2017, I started making money, and my lifestyle changed in that I could buy things that I wanted. Not that money makes you absolutely happier, but it does play a factor. I bought a black Mercedes-Benz GLC. I had saved money and I had always wanted to buy my own car in Korea, and when I finally achieved it, and to this day, I still have the same car, and I'm like, I have a car in Korea and it's great and I love it. To have the freedom to drive around where I wanted to and not rely on public transportation was incredibly liberating and satisfying. I have the Gucci slippers with the fur on them. It's just the black leather with the fur that just sticks out the side, so it looks like you have, I don't know, like, I don't want to say an animal, but just fur. Just you're walking on clouds. You're walking on clouds, and they're not necessary in any way, but I love them. I really wish I understood taxes better. I think when you first make money, and you're just excited that you have it, and you just kind of, buy things on a whim, you don't really think about the implications that taxes have. Because when you owe money, all of a sudden, all that money in your account, it's gone. So I graduated from Boston College in 2011, and I moved from Boston to Korea shortly after graduation. And living in Korea was a big adjustment because coffee or Starbucks or whatever is going to be a little more pricey than what is in the States. But the wages aren't as high either. Being a hungry artist in Korea, you don't have the luxury of just buying whatever you want. So there were years of me doing a lot of odd jobs and this and that to make ends meet. It's not crazy, but I think I did a lot of music for other people, singing for other artists on their tracks as backing vocals. I would guide them through their recordings. I would teach other singers how to sing. It was weird because I would see my ad-libs and my voice on other people's songs. So it was a very bizarre reality for me. All right, so let's talk about the best money I've ever spent. Honestly, I think the best investment that I've made is probably giving my money to my father, who is also my financial advisor in many ways, because in very short periods of time, he would take that initial money and make it bigger. I don't know the math behind it, but there are mutual funds, there are stocks, there are a lot of things that he did to kind of make those returns happen. And so I'm blessed, yeah. I also do a lot of angel investing into startups that I find interesting or fascinating, or founders that I really believe in. And I think those are, right now, there may not be the biggest financial returns, but I think I gain a lot in terms of insight and life experience, and hopefully down the road, financial returns on that as well. I'm kind of all over the place when it comes to sectors. I've done wearable tech, I've done education, I've done all sorts of things, but it really, I think, comes down to the founder and the founding team, and if I just really think that it all makes sense. I own zero. I don't own any properties or houses. I hope to soon. I think right now, with my lifestyle, I travel so much that it doesn't really make sense to tie down a big chunk of cash into land or a house. So I guess I technically started on TV. I was on a survival audition program, much like The Voice or X Factor, and that's how I got my career started. So it all kind of went hand in hand. The interesting part is, in Korea, I really jump-started my career by interviewing and hosting a lot of shows with other international celebrities. So Robert Downey Jr. or Matt Damon or Pretty much any big name that came through Korea, I was the one hosting them, having conversations with them, and that really took off in one way. And then I was doing a lot of reality and variety shows in Korea. So I think that allowed me to really develop my own on-screen persona, and that helped me musically because I felt comfortable on any stage, in any setting. I think it is to think long term. We live in a day and age where everything is so instant gratification, social media, everything moves very quickly. But your life and your wealth is supposed to go for the long term. So even when my dad and we think about investing, we say, this is a little riskier, it could potentially provide quicker upside in the short term, but let's really hunker down onto the long term because you're gonna live 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. You gotta have money then as well. And so I kind of treat a lot of the money that I do earn like I don't have it, and I just kind of lock it away. And that's, I think, the best advice.